Hood Postman, the BAM, that dynamic duo. Once again, Compton, City, Hood, Click, let's go.
Yeah, yeah. Lock the door on him. Lock the door on him. Hood Postman. Hood Postman. Reporting live. Reporting live. This the Hood Postman, come and check the program. You ain't from the streets, this is something you should know, man. Running from police, gotta grip the wheel with both hands. Speeding down the interstate, please do not approach him. 40s in the fridge, got the caddy in the driveway. Get all out of my face, I don't wanna violate. Looked up in the mirror and I told myself, why wait? We took this shit worldwide, you only in 5 states. Came from the 4 corners with my 4 quarters. Showed them the style, then they stole on us. Times got wild, then they told on us. Dog, it was hard, but we had to keep it rolling. You ain't gotta ask, you know where to find me. I be in the back streets where it get grimy. It's just me and Mel, Rennie looking bride D. I be going hard till I'm in the 5 C's. Know the vibes. I'ma do it till I die. I ain't never switched sides. I ain't never had to tell a lie. Let's ride. Know the vibes. I'ma do it till I die. I ain't never switched sides. I ain't never told them no lie. Let's ride. Hood Postman. 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 Hood Postman.
Shout out to the Mailroom Nation. Shout out to the Mailroom Goons. I am Professor Melly Mel. We got the BAM. Be sure to click the notification bell, like, subscribe, and share. Drop a comment down below. So when the dope content hit, it'll feel like it's the first and the 15th. This is not a glorification, glamorization. This is an education. Before they had handguns, we had fair ones. You can go anywhere in the world and kill a couple of lies, but you come right here to get the truth because we got the BAM today. Let's get it. How you doing, BAM?
What they do? I ain't got 35, about 30 or 40 minutes, Melly. You know that.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine, man. That's all we need, man. Let me say this. Remember your elevation will require your isolation. It might feel like you're losing people or losing things, but everything must. But to move to the next level, sometimes you just got to relieve yourself of the excess baggage. That's just what has to happen in this life. But go ahead, BAM. We got the BAM in here, man. We come to talk about Mac reps over shot callers. And BAM, my question to you, what is the difference?
It's a whole lot of difference. I ain't never done a Mac rep that was a shot caller. Mac reps is liaisons to talk to the administration of California Departments of Corrections. At one time, gang members or people that was affiliated with an organization would be MACs, but we're picking the type of brothers we want to represent the mass of the prison rights that we're supposed to be given by making the administration go by Title 15 or the down. Later on in the game in the 90s, after we figured out that we knew the rules better than anybody, certain gang members, Bloods, Crips, and Jammers did become MACs. You understand what I'm saying? But whenever it was drama like a riot or wartime, they didn't call MACs to the table, talking about they can call peace, because ain't nobody that don't represent Crip or represent Blood. If you go up there and say, man, yeah, you can let them off lockdown. No, that don't happen. That don't go like that. So when you hear these dudes,
Froze up a little bit, BAM. Somebody probably tried to call him. He'll pop back in. Now, what we're talking about here today is we're talking about the difference between MAC reps, MACs, and shot callers. And there's a stark difference between the two. We got the BAM back. Go ahead, BAM. Finish your thoughts. Can you hear me, BAM?
Can you hear me, Melly Mill?
Yes, I can.
Can you hear me? Well, excuse me for that interruption. But at one time, back in the 90s, when certain gang members knew the rule, they did become Mac reps. Some dudes was against blacks being Mac reps. You understand what I'm saying? But I didn't went to the yards and certain MAC.
Because he got another interruption. So we're talking about Mac reps. Go ahead, Bam. We're talking about Mac reps and shot callers. And like Bam was saying, a Mac rep could never represent the Crip card because the Crips didn't allow such people to be in their cadre or in their circle because whatever intel was within the cadre had to stay within that cadre in order for that cadre to survive, in order for it to have upper hand. Go ahead, Ben.
Watch this. Certain key ways and Taboos and Jamas did become MACs and was able to walk around the prison. But what people need to understand in prison, if you were recognized as a shot caller, 9 out of 10, you ain't gonna put yourself out there on the front line. Blacks do that. Hispanics don't do that. You'll never see a true shot caller. Joe Morgan never came to a sit down in prison. You see what I'm saying? They'll put their fall guys in there, right? But the penitentiary recognized people with influence, so I ain't gonna put the title of shot caller because you get 100 dudes that's on YouTube saying they shot callers in the penitentiary, they wasn't shit. You understand what I'm saying? They wasn't nothing. They wasn't nobody mouthpiece but their own. Then they couldn't voice their own opinion about themselves too loud, right? But in the county jail, they started calling them dudes house mouses, and them people, blacks, whites, and Hispanics, they feel they can represent their people, was allowing the police to call them house mouses. I heard that, and I said, man, do you know what they calling you? What's the kinfolks of a mouse? A rat. Oh, you're a house mouse. They really call you a house rat. You got to tell them what's going on. Just like MAC, we used to say that was man against crimes in prison, right? But MACs, the right MAC can make things happen, but the right MAC can also get itself caught up in some bullshit because he know the rules so good, the administration to get his ass out the penitentiary. Send him somewhere else. Because don't nobody want to be exposed.
Is that the acronym for MAC, Men Against Crime?
That's what we used to call it in the early 80s, Men Against Crimes. They don't call it that now. I know some, watch this, man. I know some Crips and Blood that was MACs, that was reputable individuals. And we need Crips and Bloods to be Mac reps in prison. If we don't have them there, we're going to be left in the blind of what's going on too, right? MACs ain't there to solve problems, man.
So what you're saying, they have to know their role. They have to know their role.
They got to know their role, play their position real good, because they can get fucked off too, right? The president of the MAC, that's a pay coming, he ain't got to work. You feel what I'm saying? But shot callers, I ain't gonna call it, ain't no more shot callers in prison.
Okay.
It's people with some influence. It's some people with influence in prison. So I ain't afraid to say, I don't want to mention no names of who I felt was shot callers, who I knew was shot callers. People know who I'm talking about, right? Those were certified shot callers. Those who certified shot callers. Shot callers you got now, they don't even display with actions. They ain't gonna get on the front line and display they get out. The shot callers, I consider shot callers, they was on the front line with the business. They was with the business. They earned the right to be shot callers, to have the influence that they have. And that's like a title earned. It's not like given. It's like an OG title. Rank is earned in prison. It ain't just given. You understand what I'm saying? But you did have people that created some things that every shot caller I've met in prison, black, white, Mexican, BGF, Trip, Kumi, Damu, Emmy, Serena, every shot caller I've met, I can say they put work in. They put work in. Now you get these other dudes get on bad and no jump them want want to put a title on themselves, let me share this with you, Melly Mill. They wasn't nobody in California Departments of Corrections. I did a live the other day. Only one kingpin like a dope dealer I know came to prison and kept it crippling was my homeboy Turtle. There was a whole lot of dudes who was crippling. There really wasn't no crippling when they came to the pen. They wasn't putting in work. They was dressed up crips. They was trying to have a sack to keep the cheat off them. You understand what I'm saying? They was coming to prison.
Dress up crip, what does that mean?
A dude that can wear penitents and red line of DCs and Romeos and Nick Kickers and Pumas in the penitentiary. The kind that stay with his cricket, his crip uniform on the streets. Cuz come out his mouth. Yeah, you know, that's the dress up crip. That make the kind I says, man. Front of us almost about 200 plus. Do you think 200 plus is all about the business? No. Out there 200 plus, 35 with the business, 75 is with getting money, and the other percentages with dressing up, busting bitches. Everybody play their role.
So let me ask you this, Bam. Is this an accurate statement? Listen to this statement that Bob Louis made, and you can respond to it.
Got a quick question. What are most of these hood comprised of when you look at them in totality?
Man, for everybody who's listening, please don't forget this. In all gangs, don't matter where you're from, all right? There's always going to be a short few that lead everybody, give them strength. But remember this, baby. Gang members and gang banging, it consists of 25% serious motherfuckers that's really doing it, and 75% cheerleaders. Which one are you?
Lock the door.
So what he was saying, Bam, I don't know if you heard.
The big homie HC called it accurate.
He called it accurate?
Hey, 25% of the gang members gonna be good. He called that was accurate. Watch this, man. Said it was a band from front of him that never did no work yet. And he walked up to you. Dude say, oh yeah, man, but I know band. The first thing you gonna say, man, I don't even know who you're talking about. I'll give you the best example. When you found out I was home, you wanted to do the interview with me at the port. You thought you was talking to another band until you said my real name.
Right.
See, everybody that know me know my real name. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
You get dudes live off other people's reputations. They want to be associated. Yeah. They want to be associated with something, but they ain't associated with nothing. You understand what I'm saying?
That's why I say, man, I'm looking for Sherwood.
Exactly.
You know?
No, let me show you an example, man. I was just watching some on YouTube right before I text you something. It's gonna be on time. Yes, sir. Everybody, how many times did you hear Turtle say cuz?
You know what? To be honest with you, I never heard him say it.
Unless he was mad. Unless he got mad.
Exactly.
That's about the only time you're gonna hear me say that. But I do say it to certain homies like you, Marcellus, gangster. I said to homies that's worthy of being called that word. That word was like crip walking. You couldn't say it unless you knew what people that heard you say it knew what you was. So you had to be careful when you said it, because when it came out your mouth, you had to represent it. You got these dudes, man. Not on the social media, on the social media. Everybody want to be a G. Then when people question their OG status, they point the finger at another OG like me and say, how the fuck he a G? Oh, he wasn't doing all this. All right, well, I tell you, go all the way to Kel Mack first interview, and go all the way to Melly Mill, the Postman interviews. I bet you there's more positive comments on me than negative comments, because I read every comment. From me messing with knives in prison, fighting the police in prison, being a peacemaker, rank, and a dude with hands. So if you want to question my credentials, go there. I don't validate myself, nor as I'm trying to glorify a story. These dudes mislead us with the truth. 25% of every hood is down. Because if every hood by numbers was with the business, it'll be peace on the streets right now. I want to tell you about Melly Mill, because half of us have been in the penitentiary and the other half been in the cemetery.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? It's right. Like this. You hear people say, I'm tired of hearing people say what Raymond was or what LaSalle was. Or they didn't mess with guns. They was just on the squad. Check this out. Stop going by what you heard. Don't go by what you heard. You just know about his squabbling here. But you don't know about him putting in work. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Watch this, man. I take great honor in saying I knew Raymond. Took it. Mac Thomas Salton. So I take honor into that. Heron them. Half of these dudes shout that they know head huncho them and don't. See, that's just like, how can a person go to Santana go say, "Oh, I know Melly Mill, but don't know nobody else"?
You can't say that.
You feel what I'm saying? Watch this. If you bring Turtle name or Twin name, Gangsta name up, your name is in that equation. Even Square Sag name gonna come up in the equation. You understand what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, if you go to front of the first person they ask you, do you know? If you ask people from front, if you meet somebody who asks you in front of, they say, well, you know, Mac Watts, Great Cross, Pet Bull. Then they go down generations. You know,
then they go down to generations. That's true.
You know Bam, you know Kurt, you know Lego. Then they come with the penitentiary status. Oh, you know Simba, you know Bam, you know Kurt, Devil, the ones that was doing time. So that's how you know people. But if every hood had hitters, man, there wouldn't be no violence on the streets. Everybody be dead or penitentiary. It's less, watch this, Melly Mill. It's more violence with gang shit on the streets than it is in prison. Them dudes rather go to prison and fight each other and try to buy food, get on plenty of fish, bust my white girl. Hope this white girl got some money. Till she find out he fucking up. Get him a phone, end up losing the phone. But half of the gang members in prison today, they get Crip and Dahoodpostman a bad name from their appearance to their performance. Because they rather fight each other. And when I say fight each other, I'm talking about Crip fighting another Crip, blood fighting another blood behind some street shit. That ain't personal, it's just business. But they making it personal. But won't do nothing to somebody of a different color. First thing they said, that ain't my people. Their appearance, the way they walk, some of them walk around prison.
Are they holding the Bible up? Are they holding the Bible up, man?
So, well, you got, watch this. You got some that do that. You got some that Bible up but wasn't punks.
True.
Watch this. Jesus ain't see be no punk. He just said, follow me. He ain't said never see. Jesus wasn't no punk. That's why he tore up the tabernacle. He showed him wasn't no punk. He got frustrated. But what I'm saying is, some, when it was like the last ride I was in 96 in New Folsom, people on both sides ran, even though the Hispanics attacked. Some of them ran when they seen us. Once we got out, we gained our coast and conducted our business, you had to get out of harm's way, because from the shoulders you can't win. You must have a key suit. But what I'm telling you is, it was more non-affiliated brothers stayed down. You had in the penitentiary, when I was in the pen, you had dudes that ain't never gang banged, non-affiliated brothers that was willing to be CCO, bloodline, because of who they associated themselves with, because they seen the structure was so solid. See, once, I'm speaking for us Crips, once CCO disbanded, nobody disbanded, we stepped back. Once we stepped back, Crip, the lack of unity left. The lack of unity left. Like you hear the gang of Dahoos get on YouTube, so man, I don't fuck with Dahoos, we cut on them. As soon as they go to prison, you following the protocol of you being a bloodline, because that's who got that yarn. You got to follow that structure. You heard a lot of like, I'm an ex-CCO, a proud member of CCO. Did I have rank? Yeah, I earned my rank. Was I follower? Yeah, I followed my big homie Superman and the scoring. You feel what I'm saying? I followed my big homies and have on them. But watch this. I kept it crippin' like Simo said. I just found out in prison. I became a black man in prison. I always knew I was black. Don't you understand what I'm saying when I say this? I always knew I was black, but I found it to be timeless and represent being a black man instead of being a black crip killing another black man. You understand what I'm saying? I took pride in when we had rides. I used to be like, I was ready for that shit. I'd be excited with myself. I used to be one of the dudes who make a knife for myself instead of sticking in the pillow seal for work. I stick it in my hand, try to do it with my hand, just sit with the punch of the skin in my hand, right? I took pride. I was in there trying not just impress myself, but I never wanted Marcellus and Sumo and Heron them to hear nothing bad on. It's a blemish on me, it's a blemish on them. You understand what I'm saying? But then you get the manipulators to come up and then they come with the bullshit, right? They come with the bullshit, try to assassinate people's characters. That's what's fucked up with black folks in prison. They try to assassinate each other's characters. They ain't telling the truth. It's a lot of brothers today. Listen to what I'm saying. I hope I ain't getting off base. It's a lot of brothers, youngsters, ain't being honest by telling people they're coming off them 50 yards. They coming off a semi-PC yards and they doing their time. Now, somebody asked me in an interview, in one of my lives the other day, said that I know some dudes that go to the SY yard that was lifers. Yeah, I do. Some of them was my personal friends. These dudes had life, and the board said, well, if you don't gangbang, sure as you don't gangbang, go on the other side. Now, I banned wouldn't have did that, but I can't knock another person that ain't snitched or tucked his flag and took a stand, found himself and said, man, I'm tired of representing something that don't represent me. I got to represent me, because represent me is getting me to the streets, and it's the best move for me to make it to the streets. So I can't knock no brother for that, because I probably couldn't walk a mile in the shoes. So I ain't ashamed to say I couldn't walk a mile in Raymond, Matt, Marcellus, Heron, and shoes, Sumo, and them shots. I ain't ashamed of saying that. Because they walk a mile in my shoes, hell yeah, because I came after them. They came before me. So I can walk a mile in Melly Mill. She won't think I can't do Melly Mill, do. It's be as articulate as Melly Mill. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but I know the word, but listen to me. But the name of the game is each one teach one. These brothers is going to the penitentiary. I'm tired of hearing these gangbang ass dudes on blood, on cut, on the dead home, on the dead home. Man, I be tired of hearing that shit. Stop disrespecting your hood and tossing your homie up over again, because your homie that left kids on the streets. So when you put it on your hood and your dead homies, your homies got grandkids out here, and y'all don't care about their grandkids nor their kids, because you're still fucking up the community where their grandkids and their kids live at. So when you get to heaven, what you think he's gonna do to you at the round table? You think he's gonna reach and give you a piece of his wing? He might slap you. See, they got Raymond and Salty, bartending them, putting them, all them dudes is looking down and say, no, man, we might have put in work like we're supposed to. But we got our man. When we was coming up, Melly, man, we didn't get too many innocent bystanders getting shot. But you did, when somebody went somewhere to go get their man, either he got shot or he got killed. These dudes don't even respect each other enough. They rather disrespect the dude in front of his mama, his kids.
Let me ask you this, Bam. Do you think that most of these 50-50 yards and S&Y yard is a corrections way of infecting these yards? In other words, they use their own propaganda and infected the mindset of prisons.
Hey, watch this. The reason they made 50-50 yards, because the S&Y yards was one up worse than some of the regular yards. Oh, them two fives put in work, huh? They put in work. So they say, fuck it, you dudes like squabbling. Y'all supposed to been running for this type of behavior. Get you on S&Y doing this behavior. Let's put their ass out here. Because watch this. Some of the S&Ys wasn't letting the dudes come on them 50-50 yards. They had to fight to be able to get to the 50-50 yards, man. They squabbled at them yards. Now people ask me, hey man, what's your opinion of that? Hey homie, these dudes on the yards, they was already, I ain't got nothing to say about that. I deal in my own integrity with myself, Melly Mill. I won't do it because I won't do it don't mean Melly Mill ain't got to do it. If you was in CRC and they make CRC, CRC is a 50-50. Solid that 50-50 if people ain't knowing. Everything except a level 4 is 50-50. But the dudes that went to Mill Creek, that's 50-50 yard all of it, right? But people need to understand, man, what's good for the goose ain't good for the gang. Gonna make Melly Mill shit ain't gonna make me full. What get you fat ain't gonna get me full. We got to learn how to think for ourselves, but don't talk about people. Let me share this one with you too, man. People ask me this about the youngster C-Mac. Hey, did you think he had problems because of the tattoos? I'm gonna share this with you. He might have said he had 100 fights. But I can tell you this, whoever he had a fight with, if they call somebody right now, somebody three-way, they'll get a million hits on that motherfucker. So why ain't nobody co-signing that shit? Let's make it make sense. Now, what we supposed to do as reputable homies, OGs, as people gave us that title, is pull the young Keyway and tell them, man, you got something going on that you got a movement that you can assist with a positive movement out here. We ain't gonna be theatrical on here. We ain't gonna let people like China Magnet manipulate Bam and Melly Mill going at each other and saying some weird shit, Adam 20 jumper, no jumper, whatever the fuck he is, a lad. We can't allow people to manipulate what goes on amongst the black community or the brown community while they sitting back reaping the benefits of it, right? We got to start telling the truth on YouTube. These dudes ain't got the lie. The realest motherfuckers that come on YouTube came through you and Kill Mac and came to a few other people. What's the boy named Alex Alonso? He didn't get it. What I don't get is they had a gang thing meeting. The only reason I knew about the gang meeting because my homie went live about the motherfucker. Why would you not want to go live, do a show there and invite us, tell us to put it out on YouTube where everybody can come and make this thing possible? Let's stop doing underhanded shit to make yourself look like you somebody when you ain't nobody. See, that's what's wrong, Melly Mill. Dudes got trippism and Dahoodpostman mixed up. Watch this, man. And I be telling these youngsters, you can't outlive your name. Youngsters like, what you mean? I said, when I told two dudes this, Inch and Turtle, and both of them resting in peace. You can't outlive your name. Their name's still going on where they at, Melly Mill.
They're in the grave.
You can't outlive your name, so I don't want my name ringing no more like that. My name ring now based on YouTube, not in a negative content.
Right.
AC said it correctly. AC walked to go get his man. They walked in hoods to go fight. They was going to, we knew when we went to parades what we was going to the parade for. We knew what we was going to the Watch Festival for. We knew what we was going downtown for to the show.
There was no question about it.
You feel me?
We used to go to the Pipe, downtown LA. Are we going to the parades? Are we going to the Watch Festival? It was simple. It was to go to fight.
Listen to me, man. And we knew what we was going for. Yeah, we're gonna knock abroad in the process, but our real intention is going to be gang banging. We're going to be fighting. Watch this, Melly Mill. Half of these dudes, they can see the baddest woman on Taboos. Don't you know, man? They won't even go over their girl house and she say, you can come over here. I'm gonna give you my house. They'll be scared to go over there because they're crook. Man, I'm going wherever money at and wherever somebody invite me to. Because first of all, God got my back. And all the gang shit I did when I was a young dude, it's at a different level now. It's respected. He's with the business, but I ain't trying to create no business. You feel what I'm saying? These dudes got gang banging twisted, man. They make the OG one.
I'm glad you said it. They got it twisted. So what I want to ask you too, also, in regards to snitching. Now we got some people that believe it's okay to snitch on dead people. What's your thoughts on that?
That's snitching. That's snitching. That's snitching. And it's always these tough gangsters. Oh, you can tell on somebody dead. Who told you you can tell? You can't tell on nobody.
I want you to listen to this clip. Hold on. Listen to this clip.
Right there. That is a very important lesson to learn, man. You know what I'm saying? So if you know you got smut on you, and it's up to date smut, and you know murders don't never go away, partner. I say, I speak on murders, but guess what? You hear me? The people I talk about in my book on murders, they dead though. Just like Baby Lane. You can talk about Baby Lane in Tupac's situation. He's dead. Just like Keffy D. Is Keffy D? Is he a snitch? No, he's not a snitch. He just told on the dead man. Now, if the man was alive, he'd be a rat. I can't call the man a snitch. It's cool to tell on somebody.
I can't hear it, Melody.
It's a story.
Okay, I'll tell you what it said.
Its history is about dead people.
He was referring to Keefy D when Keefy D told on his nephew, and he was saying that you can't snitch on a dead man. He did, and he was saying that Keefy D didn't snitch because he snitched on a dead man.
But you need to go tell Keefy D homeboys that. See, this something else wrong with you too. If you ain't a Crip, stop having an opinion about Crip business. I wouldn't care where you put it at. Because you creating controversy. Stop clout chasing. It's a whole lot of us believe that snitching. I believe, watch this, man. I don't think like my homie Melly Mel and Gangster. Gangster feel if a dude a non-civilian, he can tell. I don't give a fuck if you're in the life if you ain't in life. If didn't nobody do nothing to you, why is you in somebody else's business telling on who did it? It ain't your business. It ain't your business. It ain't your business. Some Keep D on homeboy say he telling, man. That's Bam saying he telling. I'm telling you snitch on anybody. I don't care if fuck if you're alive or dead. You a snitch to me. You a snitch to me. I know dudes and told on some dudes that supposed to be dead. Shit, they check this out, man. It's a whole lot of motherfuckers say Tupac ain't dead. So hold up. Be careful what you say. It's okay to snitch on a motherfucker. Police make it look, they put them in the witness protection program, look like they got killed and they still alive, living somewhere. So be careful. If you snitch on a person that's alive or dead, man, that's snitching. But everybody got their own opinion. That's Bam opinion. That's a Bam opinion. Frog be doing some good justice out, right? But listen to me, man. A lot of people, Frog say, you know, Frog know them dudes in passing, homeboy, he heard of. I know for a fact he didn't chop it up a lot of shit. He forgot what year him and Breakdown had a fight at Centennial. He swept him down, Breakdown ran. But I can take you right today, over 20 people house that say that's bullshit. And that the fight was in 1975. I respect some of this content, but oh man, you telling anybody watch this, man. You dudes be putting jackets on people. Don't try to validate it by saying, oh, it's okay to snitch on somebody that's dead. That's snitching. Gang like them teaches not to snitch, not to tattletale coming out the womb. You got a woman in your house for tattletelling. So that's already was taboo. Whether it's your brother or your sister, you don't pose a tell. Dudes try to justify snitching because you know, hey, I don't know, man. That's my opinion.
Let's be honest with one another, Bam. Truth be told, some gangsters are down to be bought, and a percentage of gangbangers tell when they get caught. Those are the facts.
Watch this, man. It's a brother I met on YouTube. Got love for this brother. Went through some pictures. He associated with the rat. And I know he know this dude with rat. But that ain't gonna take me from not fucking with him. It just surprised me. It just surprised me. Watch this, man. You ever heard me tell you I was a gangster?
No.
I always said I'm a hood dude, a thug.
Right.
Look at every documentary they do on gangsters at the end. The gangsters end up being rats. Nicky Barnes, Frank Lucas, whatever his name. Listen to
Frank Lucas.
Yeah, dudes became rats. Frank Lucas was a rat. He told on the police. Don't give a fuck who you tell. You tell. You tell. You feel me? Whether a man is alive or dead. But I can also say this: if somebody tried to say, said Keith D was in Tracy with me, man. Keith D came to prison when I was in prison, but then there 20 years. And he wasn't in Tracy with me. It's about a person saying they was in Tracy, And they was there when the Bloods left the line. It was a goddamn lie they wasn't there. Because if you was there, you had to know me. You understand what I'm saying? You had to know Tim. You ran across Q's because Q's came down there later. So dudes be putting 100 on shit on here. If you tell on a person that's dead, man, me, man, you snitching too. So what you telling me, Melly Mel, as soon as I kill a motherfucker, did somebody kill me, you can go on and do this? Oh, Bam did that around the corner. No, Melly Mel, tell him if he say that. I ain't telling, pointing the finger at nobody, whether he lied or he did. Stop doing that. People, you dudes calling yourself hood casting y'all certified gangsters or whatever. Keep this shit in perspective, man. Have some integrity to your gangsterism, your thugism, your hoodism. Snitching is taboo, whether you telling on somebody alive or dead. So damn, you waiting in the wings for a motherfucker to die, then you gonna take a deal so you can get out. You know what I'm saying? Is that what they trying to justify? Come on, man. If that's the case, Melly Mel, whole lot of homies be out of prison today. On some unsolved murders, right? Because they know who did it. Listen to me, so it must not be cool if ain't nobody else doing it. Come on, man. Let's make it make sense, man. These dudes get their gangsterism misconstrued, man. They misrepresenting that shit. Gang banging ain't like it used to be, man. Watch this. You get Crips talking about Crips on it. You get Bloods talking about Bloods on it. What part of the gang shit is that? Is there any honor amongst Crips or amongst Bloods anymore where they got to talk about each other? They questioning this man, who the G is, who the triple OG, who this and who that. Half of these dudes is what Q say. They shouting certain names. They shout putting names. Man, watch this, man. Half of these dudes be saying they know LB, man, LB in prison. And LB probably didn't walk the map with their motherfucking ass. Half of these dudes say they do putting in bartender. Probably seen putting in bartender on Powder Street in Lewis Park, sipping. But they couldn't stand amongst them. Because the youngest motherfucker amongst them was me and your age, Stanley.
Right.
You feel me? And Marcus. So let's keep it 100, homie. Some dudes just be shouting, man, not being about it. You understand what I'm saying? They want to be more than what the fuck they are. I seen a picture the other day, somebody said all the originals on this picture. Nah, it wasn't number 2 originals on this motherfucking picture. The other third dude wasn't no original. Couldn't have been original because you came from another hood claiming this shit. Come on, man. Let's make it make sense. You ain't no original if you claim one hood and went to another hood.
So you see them inconsistencies, man.
Come on, man. You feel me? Every motherfucker want to be the jizz motherfucker from Compton. Everybody want to be the jizz motherfucker from the East Side. I was telling one dude, I said, man, he said, Ren Washington was from the East Coast. I said, no, Ren Washington started Crip, and it just got started on the East Side. I said, but whatever hood he went to, that was his hood. He represented Crip. He didn't go over there talking about this East Side. He represented this his hood. And he was looked upon as the general. He was the general. He's the only OG. He's the only OG.
When you told me he laid out on top of that car that day, he was just laid out, just chilling.
Listen to me, man. Keely Welch will tell you this in front of Keely house. He laid on Skeeter Red from PJ's Cadillac like it was his car. You feel me? All the time he keeping Skeeter Red there for Skeeter Red to get his ass whooped. He was keeping him there without him even knowing it. You feel me? You got 100 dudes. Watch this, man. Me, you, and Turtleman, we was baby Crips. Everybody above us was Crips. But we in that same generation. But how many of them dudes that's great across sumo image that was from our hood, man, you know, that some of them, we don't even look at it like they are big homies or they are OGs. There's a lot of dudes, AB and Mac watch great cross pet in major front hood, that Bam don't call them no big homie. It's one in particular, I ain't gonna say his name. He didn't start saying he was in front of it till he put a crack pipe in his mouth and he break close in it. And he be putting 100 on it now. Say, hold him up, homie. When you at your worst, you want to be a Crip at your worst. No, be a Crip at your best. I needed you when you was at your best, not at your worst. So let's keep it 100, man. Half of these dudes claim hoods, Melly Mill. When we was really active, they couldn't even come on the block. When Kirk Inch and Big Bay and Cabo Neal was really active, Levo we was active, man, certain dudes couldn't come on 131st, man, on 133rd. Junebug will tell you this, man, insane. Certain dudes couldn't hang out. This dude's popping up in front of it today because certain people ain't around no more. And it's like that in every hood, and you get these dudes saying they the big homies. Now call Redbird and ask Redbird one thing. Who give you more history out of all your big homies? First one,
I already know it's you.
You feel me?
I already know the answer to that question. It's you.
Listen to me, man. Everybody want to be a G, but everybody don't want to do it in order to earn that title as being an OG. OGs made a lot of mistakes. We had to sacrifice a lot. I sacrificed my life going to prison. I sacrificed being in prison and lost my mother. You understand what I'm saying? Wasn't there to bury her.
Slick said he ain't got no big homies.
Who?
Slick.
Who?
Slick.
Man, Slick, goddamn, like when he around me, he said, I'm his big homie. See, that's why you don't know his ABCs. He just be doing them. Come on, what's up, Slick? But listen to me, man. I told the dude, Melly Mill, that LB was my big homie. This dude turned his nose up. And he's a non-affiliate dude. He was questioning me about something I said on YouTube. I said, that's my piece of money. He killed your big homie.
I see your question, Stan.
What?
I'm gonna give it to Bam once he finished. No, I'm gonna tell you to answer that question for Stan when you get up. We'll finish your thoughts.
Right. He say, but he killed Salt. I said, did you know Salt? He said, no, so you sound like some of the busters on YouTube. I said, I knew Michael Blunt good, real good. I said, listen to me, man, that wasn't personal, that was his business. I said, but LB wasn't no punk, man. That's my big homie. I say, some dudes you can't steal, some you can. To that question, what's up, Bam, and Mel and Bam? Do you think inmates suffer from PTSD? I suffer from that every goddamn day. Let me hit fireworks, man. Let me hit fireworks. Let me hit something drop. I'm always looking behind me. Yeah. I'm like, I suffer that. I just start realizing that. Wherever I go, I want to be able to know who can come in. I don't like my back where people can really walk right behind me. Yeah, we got that. But you got some, now the dudes that went to the level 2s and all that, they ain't got it. The dudes that went through them storms up in prison, we got that shit. And it's sad. It's sad. I got a letter today.
What's up, Joe Bond?
From my boy Football. You know? Yeah, I got a good letter from my boy. It took me like 30 minutes to read that letter too, man.
What was he at, Bam?
Football in Old Folks.
Oh, I talked to him. Last time I talked to him was a couple of months ago.
Yeah. But you know, I ain't got.
Oh, they moved him from Calipatra, huh?
Yeah, he moved him from Centinela. He went from Calipatra to Centinela. Football is trying to come home, and he going wait and get a day at. You know, that's somebody we need on the streets to become working in this gang intervention shit. You understand what I'm saying? That's somebody we need, man. You know, but let them throw some more questions up. My supervisor already came through, man, because he was doing temperature.
Anybody got any more questions for the Bam while you in there?
They can throw something at me. I'm up in here. You know, tell them don't get scared. Don't run from it, run to it. This is the man. Run to it. Let's make it do what it do. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Until they can enter the raffle too. They see the cash up. I got a 3X marathon shirt, white marathon shirt for my raffle, so you can enter the raffle. Tell them to ask some questions. Stan always asking questions, man.
Yeah, that's Stan.
I like that picture you posted with your boys, though.
What you say, Bam?
That picture you had posted with your kids.
Oh yeah, my sons. Yeah, I got 5 boys. Man.
Oh yeah, this is what I want to say too, Melanie. I ain't even heard him to get off, right? Watch this. For y'all want to know, when I go through things, I don't tap in with Melly Mill no more. But this is going to be back like it used to be. I was going to call my home and say we need to do a show anyway. I know y'all missed this band, this constant ready thing. So we're going to keep it coming. You feel what I'm saying? Don't run from it, run to it. Sometimes I go through things and I isolate myself, man. It's been, my past couple of months was kind of rough. I'm back on deck now. I'm ready. I'm ready for the world, baby. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't running from it. I'm running to it. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to uplift my people, man. Let's become better black men than we ever been. Let's stop.
I got a commentary for this. He actually did. We watch the sit down that went down early. I think those things, they don't go far enough. And when I say they don't go far enough, because you get all the old heads there that's actually greeting each other and sharing moments, taking photos. But at the end of the day, if you don't get the perpetrators, the youngsters in there in that same room,
that's it.
Then you lose.
I just said that on my live. That's the waste of time. I'm gonna share this with you. I'm glad he asked that question. Now, I did see it. I did something on it saying I was offended that I wasn't invited, right? Because they got Red Eye Rick in there, and I was impressed that he was there. I know I can get people they don't think will show up there, but you OGs can't bring peace in the community. We need the youngsters that got some influence at that same table in that same room, and we need to put the real OGs. Watch this. Every OG in their room probably ain't got no voice in their community. Then if you got some dudes that's in there that ain't gang members, he shouldn't be at the foot of the table anyway. He should be that spectator, taking notes, simply taking notes. Because the only person who bring peace in some gang environments is the people that's experts at gang banging. Those is gang members and non-active gang members, right? And you need the women in there. You need the youngsters in there because they got a voice too. Let them tell you what they want in order for this can happen. Watch this. If you promise them jobs, why this didn't get put? Why they ain't have people that got podcasts? Kev Mac, Melly Mill, them up there go live. FG to go live, right? Why you didn't post flyers? Say, man, yeah. People with YouTube shows, why you didn't send them an invitation? If they advocating peace, why he wouldn't presented an invitation?
You're right, Killer Cali. That's what most of them do. They collect checks.
Watch this. And that's the sad part about it. I made myself available free. I hit one of them dudes that was in there. I had his number. I still ain't got a call. But hey, man, if anybody listen to a preacher got a church, all I wanted for is 2 hours. I want to have a town halls meeting with gang members, young gang members, mothers, and the kids in there. We're gonna have piles of dialogue and talk to each other instead of talking to each other. We're gonna find out the cause of the other problem. And if we know the cause of the problem, we got the solution to the problem. So
that's what Slick said. See what Slick said?
Man, they just want to check. Do not say no. Say it again, man. And it's all about that. Hey, that was a gang intervention thing. Oh, goddamn, I thought Big U should have been at the head of the table. Oh, goddamn, I thought White should have been there. Oh, them ain't gang interventions. This is something everybody trying to pimp the gang member so they can get some money. See, they tried that in 92 Piece, right? Give y'all motherfuckers something that ain't got them business no more. And they ain't want to fuck with everybody. They're afraid of fucking with people that they know that's going to dedicate their time and their life to what's real, thinking they're going to be exposed. Yeah, Chico Brown, one of the biggest motherfucking frauds in Compton. That's my motherfucking home. I'm going to keep it 100. But he a big-ass fraud. He don't give a fuck about peace in Compton. If he did, he'd be on the front line trying to get us out there. But no, check this out. Ain't nobody giving him no money. We don't want to fuck with you. You know, I'm just calling the ball, strike, man.
Storytime say most of the youngsters don't understand why they need to keep the peace in the community.
But watch this, Storytime. I beg to differ on that because I fuck with youngsters. Youngsters want peace more than us. They just don't know how to present the peace.
I agree with you, man.
They just don't know how to present the peace. But if the peace comes from the right person, right people, they're gonna be in all agreements for it.
And I'm a firm believer, Bam, that if you and I and others sit down with them youngsters and just hear them out, we'll be able to articulate what they blessings, what they really want. Because you're right, resources will cause people to just say, hey, you know what? This $25 or $30 an hour mean a great deal more than me standing out on the corner slanging, hanging, and banging.
Say it again and watch this, Melody. Don't tell me it can't be peace. Because every Crip and every blood got a blood friend as a partner and a Crip friend as a partner. So don't tell me you don't know how to get along with each other. Don't tell me you don't know how to get along with each other, because you're getting along now and you've been doing it when y'all was active gang members. We being, watch this, man. No, gangbang got a thing called pecking. Everybody gonna get their chance. If there's somebody from their hood, they gonna get that chance to be on that influence box. But some of the dudes that got their chance today, Melly Mill, were never a figure in their community when we was coming up. There was marks. There was them dudes in the shadows. A lot of these dudes is calling they self OGs from sessions on the OGs, because when motherfuckers like me and Chosen was locked up, them dudes had a sack out there.
So
and they created
what you saying, so bro, you're right, because you don't need it publicized, because then it changed the narrative. Because now what they really looking for? They looking for publicity, or they looking for change? If you keep it indoors and then until you iron out all the issues and you get them down on paper, and then you come up with a concrete solution. Because here, it's natural for conflict is natural amongst people. But what we have conflict resolution, we have conflict management. So, but conflict is natural among people. We can't get around that. But it's how we approach it and how we address the issues and how we get to the solution part. Yeah, these new drugs ain't making it no better. You right about that, bro.
Watch this, man. I think every community. Let me show you something. Let me throw this at you panel today. I mean, at your show. You see how back in the day, damn near every community had a substation, a police substation.
I
believe every community, like they got a goddamn liquor store in corner, we should have a place where gang members can go sit and talk from the old to the young, like meetings, but we come to dialogue. We come to have dialogue. The people who don't want peace, man, is those who ain't never put in no motherfucking work, and those that's holding animosity behind some shit Randy did to their motherfucking ass, salty back Thompson did to them. You know what I'm saying? Listen to me. And don't tell me you can't have peace when you coming out the penitentiary and Crips and Bloods was living together in the pen and wasn't having a whole lot of melees. Then you come out here, suddenly you don't want to spread with the Crip no more. You don't want to spread with the Blood no more. You want to shoot at. No, you don't. Don't eat human meat. So don't kill him. That's the problem. These dudes, they self-medicating themselves with so much hatred, Melly Mill, that the killing another brother is like killing themselves. And that's what they taking it as. Stop being a goddamn Ku Klux Klan in a black man's body. Stop being a participant of the Klan, man, and be a participant of this black race. See, when you kill your brother, you're a participant of the Ku Klux Klan. You done infiltrated them. They put you in the black suit and you just doing their job for them. We did more to us than anybody ever did to us, besides slavery, man. So people need to wake up to that. We need to call gang interventions on their shit. We need to call all these dudes that like getting on, that know all the celebrities. These celebrities lining their little pockets up. They can go on these cruises and have these boat parties, but don't never come share that shit in the community. We need to call them dudes on their shit. We need to call them on their shit and say, man, holla at us. Since I've been on YouTube, I've been saying I want to fucking gang intervention. I've yet to get a call.
Can Snoop Dogg be helped in that situation, man? Based on his celebrity?
Snoop, watch this, man. Snoop Dogg is a good dude. He started the Snoop League. Now they got Death Row back. But you give a Crip party. I wasn't invited to that. There was a whole lot of super Crips at that motherfucker too, right? Feeling like celebrities, but was walking contradictions. Listen to me, Melly Mill. Walking contradictions. You sitting up here talking about you for peace, but yet ain't nothing but Crips up in this motherfucker and everything y'all shout is Crip shit. I ain't hear nobody say, let's have peace when they was at that Snoop shit. It was super Crip this, they had fresh Crip shirts did for them and all that. Don't wait till you get 50-something in to go get a Crip shirt. If you wasn't wearing that shit then, don't put that shit on now. It's a different way. We got to show them that we mean business. And Snoop can help this. And the way he can help it is, I reached out to Sugar Free on Instagram. What I've been knowing you all your life. When I get a goddamn interview, Snoop, stop fucking with 50 Cent now and come on one of our podcasts. Invite us to the studio. Let's really sit down and talk about it. I don't want to take no picture with you and put it on Instagram. I don't want everybody to know I know. I want to know what you can do to help us make the community better. See, these niggas, excuse my language, some of these brothers be acting like groupies when they get around Snoop, man.
I know. Killer Cali said he can name 10 millionaire celebrities. He can name 10 millionaire celebrities off the tops from Compton, but where's the community centers? You're right.
You know what,
there's more than 10. A great deal more.
Snoop can help us. Busta White 100 can help us. I'm gonna tell you one rapper I'm disappointed in. Yeah, he donated and do all. But in order to bring peace, Kendrick Lamar can help us bring peace. I remember when I was in the pen, I seen him singing the Knicks and Gardens. It was free. You from Compton, brother. Help us bring peace together. Game, Snoop, Q. This is what rappers and R&B singers out of LA can do. Get up in there, Compton College, someplace, Southwest, whatever. Give a free concert. Let us hire OGs to be the security guards. We got the metal check from no guns. See, right OGs come around, it won't be no guns.
Let's deal with this question for a minute, Bam. The millionaires, Dr. Dre, let's say Kendrick Lamar, Ava DuVernay, Anthony Anderson, Serena Williams, Venus Williams, I'm assuming D.L. Hughley is probably in there.
Watch this, D.L. Hughley. Watch this. But what I found out, I used to think Dr. Dre didn't do nothing until you took me to Cynthia and she gave me game. It's about who you present your presentation to. We need to throw a decent presentation at them brothers. Like, me and you'll be a good fit. You interviewing me and D.L. Hughley, because he just spoke on some shit Charleston White said. He said, I gotta motherfucking respect somebody that say fuck the kids and rape women. DJ D.L. Hughley still got that hood shit in him, just in an articulate way. He don't hold no punches. He call a ball and strike the strike. But those are people that can bring us together. We just not, watch this, man. The dudes that got access to them, you know what name, I ain't gonna even say his name no motherfucking more. You know who I'm talking about. It's dudes like that don't want to let us meet them.
Yeah.
They don't want us in a circle with them dudes.
Between us and them. You're right.
Because guess what? They're gonna be like, oh, mother, damn, man, you should have been brought Bam and Melly Mill killed. These brothers around there be hollering at them. I know they up on me because I know somebody told me to watch OG Bam and Melly Mill before. I know that for a fact. Listen to me, man.
Go ahead.
It's these dudes. Everybody get into something for all the wrong intentions. I didn't get on. I got on YouTube to make a few dollars, but my intentions is to not glorify prison or being a gang member, but to show you that we can take back our community. Didn't nobody take our community? We voluntarily gave it back. We gave it up by destroying it. We destroyed our own community, right? I can't see everybody like Harry O. Hey man, Kim Kardashian didn't play no motherfucking role in you coming home by no drug lords, brother. Russell Simmons started that a long time ago. You understand what I'm saying? You just lucky to get caught up in the raptures. Stop watch this. What black folks need to stop doing is giving white folks, validating white folks for shit they don't do, and start validating one another for the shit we do, and start helping each other do something. One of them dudes was a preacher that was at the gang intervention, right? And I was so disturbed with gangster. I was so disturbed when he just said the people in his community need to come to his church. Just your community? That's the biggest problem with blacks. We put titles on every motherfucking thing. You meet a black, you from Ethiopia, you say, I'm from Ethiopia. You're American, I'm Ethiopian. No, we black. That's it, and that's all. We just black. Right, young Neil? Blacks got so much self-hatred toward one another that we turn a blind eye to want to help one another. They blame it on the OGs, right? Yet they don't look in the mirror and see who they see themselves. No, don't blame Bam, don't blame Mel, don't blame Raymond. Do not blame Raymond for what the Crips has become. He didn't play a role in what the Crips became. If Raymond was still living and Mac Thomas was still living and was active gang members, I guarantee you, you'll get DP'd if you did a drive-by and a kid got killed. I guarantee you they'll call the DP for you. See, there ain't no consequences for the bullshit the gangbangers do no more. Man, if you broke a certain crime, did some filed up shit back in the day, you get booted from the hood. You wouldn't even have to come to the hood to know you got booted. You already know you got booted because of the thing you done did. And you know if you show up, what's gonna happen. So these dudes ain't no consequences towards the shit they doing. So they getting away with doing a lot of things. And then when they go to jail, they on the yard with rats. See, gangbanging has changed tremendously. The game has changed tremendously. If a motherfucker give you 50 keys of dope today, he might be a police informant. You feel what I'm saying, Melly Mill? It's a snitch.
What time you gotta start work, man?
In about 10 minutes. I'm gonna go now. I was gonna go. But listen to me.
I'm just making sure. I want to keep you on point.
My boss, I'm the monitor, Melly Mill. All I do is walk around. They ain't doing no proof. I'm just walking around. Right? But what I'm saying is there's no sure responsibility being a gang member, no. Gang members is doing what they want and when they want. And that ain't high post. It's a pecking order to this shit. It's a pecking order. Why you think certain sets beat? Because somebody went outside of their motherfucking box and did something they didn't supposed to do. Sometimes it falls to the power of the vagina. But the power of the vagina ain't always the problem in it. Sometimes the problem is stupidity from your own home, where people ain't gonna admit to that. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody want to be a figure.
Yeah, we all been affected by a homeboy that went out, lost a one-on-one, and came back to the neighborhood and lied and say he got jumped.
You feel what I'm saying?
And everybody reacted to it.
You can't be my homeboy if you're trying to lead me to prison. You can't be my homeboy if you're trying to lead me to the cemetery. See, my homeboy's gonna lead me to better myself, not to do nothing that's gonna fuck me up, to hinder me. You understand what I'm saying? And people don't get that, Melly Bill. But we need to come together. We need to bring some of the rappers. Some of these NBA players, these fake ass gangbangs like rappers and these fake gangbang ass motherfuckers playing in the NBA. We got to call them on, nigga. All right, you gangbang ass motherfucker. Throw us some free tickets. Let us take the kids out to the community that you playing in. Let us take them to the game.
Why does some gangbang? Why does some rappers and athletes, once they get the big contract, get the millions, they decide they want to start gangbanging? What is that about, man?
I'm gonna tell you. Because they trying to buy a whole lot of friends. They trying to buy a whole lot of friends without even knowing money gonna already get you the woman you want. That's why the white girl was chasing your ass as soon as you got to college. Your mom said, "Oh nigga, he's gonna have his money in the NBA, the NFL, so go mess with him. You better have a baby mom." That's Kim Gasson. It's Chris telling her kids, right? What I'm saying is this, brother Bill. These dudes get this money and been living in some suburban ass area. And next thing you know, they sign them $30 and $40 million contracts.
I want you to take that question too, Ben, when you finish your thoughts.
They say, "I don't want that motherfucking money." And it's obvious they don't want the money because they start saying they gangbang. Right? it's a crime in LA. If you enhance your hood, that's enhancement. If you're doing things for your community, for a gang, you go, this do jailhouse enhancements. Hey, you feel crime enhancement, you see. I ain't got my glasses on.
I'll read it to you. The ones that hit innocent kids in a drive-by, what would be their punishment when they hit the pen?
And now watch this, man. I'm gonna keep that 100. I don't want nobody to take this the wrong way. I done seen gang members kill other gang members' moms. Come to prison. I bust on one. I contribute to that. But you got dudes that ain't doing nothing to it. You got some dudes that'll walk a main line with a motherfucker that killed their mom, their daddy, and won't do nothing to them. But get to the streets and they homies say they killers. Somebody would have killed my mama, man, my cousin, twin, and my brother. I'd be front of it got on me if I wouldn't have did nothing. But listen to me. We don't do nothing to them dudes in prison. And that's why Hispanics and whites say we're not strict on what our rules and policies. I believe if you killed an innocent child, it should be some repercussions towards that. He should get DP. I ain't saying, whatever his neighbor see fit for him, he should get some type of issue. They want to stab him, cool, but that's his issue. He get that issue, he can go to another pen if they don't let him stay here. That's his issue, but he got sometimes action should be come with that. Because watch this, every time a child get killed, what do every person say when they see it on the news? Motherfucker better be glad that wasn't my motherfucking child, I'll be in jail. That's the first thing some parents say. That's the first thing parents say. And see, this is what I don't understand about black parents. Y'all all over the news media, y'all all on social media saying how sad when white kids go shoot up them white schools. As soon as a black kid get loses life in our community, I don't see a whole lot of black people speaking on it. God damn, you don't love your kids? You love somebody else? You love your kids. But it should be consequences towards people that kill women and kids, Melly Mel. Yeah. It should be, a person should be DP for it. And that's it, hey, homie, you know what you're getting DP for. Come on, get your legs and keep on ticking. Because watch this, man. I guarantee you, ask him motherfucker that killed the kid that's in prison. I guarantee you, if he knew that wasn't his intentions, I guarantee you, his conscience still fucking with him. His conscience still fucking with him. But let me get to work, though, man. Let me walk around this place, man.
Okay, well, shout out to the BAM. We appreciate you, man, for coming on and lending us your time and your expertise on the subject matter. And we'll be tapping in with you soon, BAM. And enjoy the rest of your evening.
Peace, bro. All right.
Right on. Shout out to the Mailroom Nation, to the Mailroom Goons. We had the BAM today. BAM always bring that heat. And he always say things that just make you think and make you realize that, we can have peace and there is hope. But at the same time, if we don't get the right people to the table to achieve these goals, it's going to be a little more difficult than we anticipated. People don't decide their futures. They decide their habits. And their habits decide their futures. So we got to deal with the habits parts, and I see you in there, E-Money. E-Money, me and E-Money always talk about de-escalation and stuff. What can we do to de-escalate some of this stuff out here that's occurring in our streets of in black communities? And I think we're not doing enough. And again, I say I appreciate the meetings and all the brothers coming together, and I think they share an enormous amount of information, but at the same time, if you're not getting that small percentage of killers from each neighborhood and bringing them into the room and sitting them down and get some clear understanding from them and direction, then you're just there for a photo shoot or an opportunity to reacquaint yourself with old acquaintances. That's just my thoughts on that. Yeah, I get you, Bill. I get you on that, I understand, but man, what we gonna do about it is my thing. What are we as individuals going to do about it? How are we gonna You know, what can I do about it? What can you do about it, Bill? What can Yahshua and Dewey and everybody, everybody has to play a part in this. It can't just come from Professor. It can't just come from Bam. We got to go get Ray Ray and Pookie and Ron and Lil Kill and Switchback and all them little dudes with all them different type of names. We got to get them. Those are the ones. And like Storytime said, they own this assortment account of drugs. So we got to be able to break through all that fog. So it's a lot. It's a lot. Once again, I am Professor Melly Mill, the Hood Postman. We got Marlena Williams, the Postmaster General, on deck. We got King Mike Marks and Yahshua. I seen you, Yahshua Dewey. We got Bill. We got MD. We got E-Money. We got Michelle. We got everybody up in here, and I appreciate all you guys. King Mike Marks, we'll do it again tomorrow. You know what I mean? Because the struggle continues. That's just where it is. It just every day is something, and it's like a setback when you see somebody of high caliber like John Morant, who earns such a high. He gets so much money to perform. He's showcase his talents, and yet he want to risk it all, proving that he gangster or he throwing up Crip signs and waving pistols. I ain't got no problem with him waving up pistols. I don't know what the policies are. What was what's in his contract as far as that goes. I think that whatever the collective bargaining is, and whatever the bylaws in the contract, you have to abide by them, because I'm sure they ain't giving you $31 million, and they don't have there's no accountability or responsibility on your part. So with that being said, once again, I'm Professor Melly Mill, the Hood Postman, and you know the vibe. Be sure to click the notification bell, like, subscribe, and share. And always remember,
just to hear something like that would happen on a Sunday afternoon.
Well, when you dealing with different hoods, what do you expect? Because it's the weekend, and I don't know. I can't speak for everybody else, but I'm from Santana Block Crip, so it's gonna do what it do.
That's Monique is gonna do what it do, but I think we need to be better than that, Monique. You know better than that. And let's go. City, hood, click. Let's go.
For grind all the time, baby.
Yeah. Cali Finest, baby. Proof of grind all the time. Music money. Got a dollar sign. Hub City. I'm a street nigga. Streets fuck with me. I'ma keep pushing products to the fans get me. It's guap off top. Diamond Cartier. That nigga wall won't give a broke bitch the time of day. They see me climbing, they see me shining. That's hard work, proof of grinding. New money got me tipping in that 550. I leave bad man and I'm so pretty. I got that tech with me, that's my hater sprayer. Go big, grind now, nigga, play later. What can I say? I'm addicted to this paper stacking, and I don't talk about it, I just make it happen. Word on the block is that the shit go.
Shout out to the Melrose Nation. Once again, Marlena Williams, go ahead and lock the door, because we are gone.